Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the SAT Show. I hope you guys are having a good day today. We got some amazing news on NIO. They actually beat their expectations for the Q4 2020 deliveries, and they actually sold about 7,007 vehicles, and that's a breaking record for NIO. However, I do have some more news later in the video that could send the share price to $300 per share, so make sure to stay till the end of the video. According to this document that I found on the NIO website, they actually delivered 7,007 vehicles in December 2020, and they had an increase of 121% year over year, guys. And it's obviously amazing to see that a company is growing at basically doubling every single year. And yeah, people were thinking that NIO was going to struggle to push past 5,500 vehicles per month. However, they were easily able to destroy that by like 2,000 vehicles. I think in November 2020 they actually delivered about 5,500 vehicles. And yeah, and in the last 3 months, they actually had an increase of 111% year over year. And this is amazing to see as an investor because this company is just growing. And guys, the fact that they're able to push out this many vehicles and there's only SUVs is amazing because sedans have much more of a demand for in China, and these are only SUV numbers, so you can only expect when the sedan is announced they're gonna probably sell way more than this. So autonomy has been a big topic in the last couple of months, and we see Kathy Woods and Tasha Keeney speaking a lot about vehicle autonomy and robo-taxis. So we know that this is an industry that's probably going to disrupt a whole sector in the future, like such as Uber and also taxi cab drivers. And yeah, autonomy for cars is always amazing. However, I did want to go over the 6 levels of autonomy before getting into the news that might send NIO to $300 per share. So I'm gonna briefly go over this, and I'll put this in the link in the description so you can read it yourself after. However, so level 4 autonomy is basically no automation, just basically all the regular cars that are driving on the streets right now. It needs to be manually controlled by a human. Level 1 autonomy is basically driver assisted autonomy, and it will basically help with the autonomy will basically help with small steering and acceleration, such as cruise control. And a lot of cars do have level 1 autonomy, and even some Mercedes cars, like if you try to turn left or right and someone's in your blind spot, it won't let you turn it, and that's essentially what level 1 autonomy is. Level 2 autonomy is partial driving automation. This is where the vehicle controls both the accelerating or steering. And yeah, so level 1 autonomy is one of these are controlled, and level 2 autonomy is both of them are controlled. So steering and acceleration, deceleration. Level 3 autonomy is actually conditional driving automation, and this has environmental detection capabilities, and if they see a vehicle in front of it that's moving slower, the car will actually adjust its speed to that vehicle. So essentially they have sensors and cameras and is able to see vehicles. However, they're not able to drive completely by themselves yet. Now, Tesla is currently at I believe they're at level 4 autonomy, and I think the final updates will be pushed out before the end of 2021. That's what Elon Musk was saying. And there's a key difference between level 3 and level 4 autonomy. So level 4 autonomy is essentially when the software that the autonomy is running on can actually adapt to certain things and make decisions, like AI basically. It can know whether something is going to go wrong and change its direction, speed, or acceleration based on what's going to go wrong. And essentially the way that Elon Musk was able to do level 4 autonomy was by collecting a whole lot of human-driven data from their Tesla vehicles, then feeding it into an AI system, which eventually learned by itself. And the last level of automation is level 5 autonomy, and this is essentially when the car can make decisions on its own and basically like a human. No one needs to be at the steering wheel. It can make its own decisions. It can turn when it needs to. It can stop when it needs to, and it can avoid collisions when it needs to, especially. And yeah, this is essentially what we need for robo-taxis to be legal, level 5 autonomy. And yeah, obviously the point of robo-taxis is to have no one at the steering wheel driving, and passengers can just get in and a car will just drive and drop them off at the destination. Here's the news that can potentially send NIO stock to $300 per share by the end of 2021. And that's actually their development of their level 4 autonomous driving. And depending on what they say on NIO Day, this could just skyrocket the stock price. So NIO is currently at level 3 autonomy, meaning that they can only take simple environmental data and do tiny corrections while driving. And level 3 autonomy Tesla has had it for a while now, and they're already on level 4 autonomy. However, we do know that NIO has been working with Mobileye, and Mobileye has been helping them develop this level 4 autonomy. And NIO actually has a really strong team working on this. Their vice president actually named Ren Xiaoqing. Sorry if I butchered the name. He's actually a computer vision expert and the co-founder of a startup called Momenta. And this is a Chinese autonomous driving company that's trying to make robotaxis. NIO has been actually looking at self-driving technologies since 2015, and that's been a while since then. And Li always knew that. So the CEO, William Li, actually always knew that this was critical for a smart EV. And in 2019, Mobileye and NIO actually started a partnership, and Mobileye is going to engineer and manufacture a self-driving system for NIO. And this is huge because it's been a year since that news, and we haven't had much updates since. However, I do think that on NIO Day, they might be announcing that their new sedans or their new vehicles coming forward will be able to support level 4 autonomy. And this is because the current vehicles that NIO has sold doesn't actually have the abilities or even sensors to include level 4 autonomy. They can only achieve level 3 at highest. However, their new sedans, I'm pretty sure they're going to be supporting level 4 autonomy, and let's just see how far Mobileye and NIO have come. The $300 price target for NIO by the end of 2021 has some key things that NIO has to do. So the first thing is level 4 autonomy. I think that they should at least put out an announcement of how far they are with their level 4 autonomy, and if their new sedans and their vehicles are going to support level 4 autonomy in the future. The second thing is their announcement of their new sedans. As you know, China loves sedans compared to SUVs, so that's going to automatically skyrocket their sales of their sedans compared to their SUVs, and their SUVs are already selling pretty good. On top of that, I also want to see NIO increasing their year-over-year revenue and deliveries every single month of 2021. And also, I want them to announce their Europe expansion and also begin their Europe expansion. And if they're actually able to start selling vehicles by the end of 2021 or announce it by the end of 2021, that's just going to be amazing for NIO stock price. And guys, remember that the more vehicles they deliver, they're also going to have compounding revenues coming from their battery swap stations and their battery as a service business. And this is just going to help NIO just bring in the cash to continue expanding. And if all of those things play out this year, I do think that NIO can hit $300 per share.